Good morning everybody and Happy New Year. New Year's Day. We've just rocked up at Cloughhead car park and we're going to hopefully get this walk in. Now already it's very muddy underfoot as we disappear through the back of the car park. Wendy's got, there you go, you can just get a, she's struggling here. Oh. So we're off to do the walk that we planned about 3 weeks ago, and we've just got a window in now of decent weather. So we thought we'd blow the cobwebs off after a heavy night last night. So as I say, we're just getting to the back of Cloughhead Cafe and making our way onto the Rosendale Way, which forms 3/4 of the walk we're doing today. And the idea is I'm going to take you to, hopefully if I can find it, it's a route I've done many a time this, but I've done a bit of research and there were a couple of Germans escaped from Bury and were recaptured in 1944 at one of the many farms over here. So I'm going to try and find that first of all. Walked past it many times, but I've done a bit of research and obviously a bit more interesting now I know what it's, there's a bit of history to it. Just get through this kissing gate. Oh, fat man's egging it. Yeah, so I can see already it's really wet, and I know part of this route and it will be boggy. So hopefully I can find this route for you. Hopefully find this structure that where these juries were caught, and there are about 50 different farms over Grane that ruins remain, and I'll tell you why that happened in a little bit more detail as we get through the walk. So let's get on the Rosendale Way and I'll bring you back. Tell you what I'll do, folks, just while we get the height to get onto the Rosendale Way. It's a bit dodgy, is this. I'll just give you a fly through with the route so you can see where we're going today. Okay guys, so let's have a look at today's route. It's only a short 3 miles. So from the back of the Cloughhead car park, we climb up the fell side, quite a reasonably steep climb here, until we reach the Rosendale Way. And at the Rosendale Way, which is about now, we hang a left and traverse the fell side, and then we hang a left, which effectively loses all the height we've just gained. Just go around the woods and start dropping down onto the very busy Grane Road, and indeed we had a bit of difficulty crossing it, and a nice man in a car stopped for us to get across. So at this point we have a short 50 yards or so before we turn right and head up the well-defined track, which is likely to be a river. And just before we turn left, this is at the point, I'll just stop the vid now, this is at the point here where we should find the remnants of the building where the 2 Germans were actually recaptured. We then head down the side of the fell side, and just as we turn left here, along this track there are many old ruins of farmhouses, and the one we're actually looking for, Owd Andrey's, is just here as we get to this wood. And I'll just stop the walk through now, and you can probably see on Google Maps there's the remnants of the building there. So if anybody is looking at going this route, that's where to find it. We then go through some nice conifer woods onto the side of Musbury Heights. Now what we did do, you can see the route is this way on the Rosendale Way. We actually came down here along this path just to cut the time down a little bit, because Mrs wanted to go and watch the darts. So we continue along Calf-Hay Reservoir, and then a final little slight incline up through another small wood back to Clough Head car park. So that's the route, guys. So we've just come from down there, folks, just in the trees there. You can hopefully see an odd car or two. That's Clough Head Cafe. It's quite a stiff climb, is that? Considering we've been on the soup till about 3 o'clock this morning. So what we're going to do now, when you just got through the gate there, we're going to follow the Rosendale Way probably for about a quarter of a mile along here. And then we're going to take a left just past that wood and drop down onto the main Grane Road there and cross over it. So let's get on with it. So while we're walking over here, I'll just give you a quick history of Grane as to what happened back when. So a lot of farming going on, and of course mining. If you look at a previous vlog, lots of stone mining going on. But in the Industrial Revolution, Bury Council, because of all the people in and around Grane working the fields, they decided they needed more water, and that's where the 3 reservoirs came in. So they bought up a lot of land, and I think Radcliffe Waterworks did as well, a bit higher up the valley, probably up there. So then farming became sort of in decline, and that's where a lot of these ruins transpired from. There's varying amounts of structures left, but in the main I don't think there's many, if any, farms that are being farmed anymore. And when I was looking into this, I've just got a map, and I will put a picture of it, but I don't know how clear it'll be. Just even round here, there's round about 50 different farms, and I've passed these ruins many a time, but didn't know the names of them. But now I do, so hopefully along the route we'll name 1 or 2 of these for you if it's of interest. Like I've said, we'll try and name 1 or 2 of these buildings or ruins as we're passing them. And I do know one section of this is going to be really boggy because I've walked it many a time. As I said, we'll try and name a few of them, but the most famous one is, hopefully, if the weather's alright and the wind's alright, we'll get the drone out, because there's a farm there which was owned and run by a local eccentric and loner called Owd Andrey. And there's something interesting about Owd Andrey, which I'm not going to tell you about right now. I'll wait till we get to his old farm, and I'll keep you in suspense a bit longer. But I don't know whether it's funny, stupid, or just totally naive, but I find it quite funny. But anyway, we'll have a look at that when we get to his old gaff. Right guys, so we're hanging a left here. I'll have the sign. I'll just zoom in. I'm not going all the way up there, but you can just see a bit of a turret or whatever it is there. It's part of a building. That's one of the farms that's obviously not a right lot left, and it's called what, Linda? Higher Dolls. If it's not Dolls, Dales. High Dales, I think it is. I think I read it. But if I'll put it in the text below when I get to editing. But that's the first of the structures that is now no longer. So we're going to angle left here down to the main road. Don't know whether the sun's blocking any vision there, but just straight ahead virtually is where we need to try and find that ruin for these where these 2 Germans were captured. So onwards we go. Oh, it's not recording. Don't know whether you can see just through the gap there, guys, there's some bricks there. This is the remains of the old smithy. Herrenhouse smithy. Whatever that is. I'm not going to investigate it, it's all fenced off. That's the second of the old structures we've come across. Most dangerous part of the walk now, trying to cross this thing. New Year's Day, look at it. Very dangerous road this, guys, as I say, if you do want to do this. Oh, nice chap, let's go there, thank you. Well defined path this, but as you can see, with about a month's rain we've had, it's now turned into a river. So we go up here for a short while, maybe 300-400 yards, and then we hang a left. It's at that point you should see these ruins where these Germans were captured. Right guys, we think we've found it here. We hang a left just going up there slightly beyond these cattle things. You can see all these mounds here. There used to be a cross here apparently, because there's no more. But there's obviously evidence of buildings. It's right where the map shows it. So as you can see, very little left. Well, this is the site of where these two Germans in 1944 were recaptured when they escaped from a prison camp in Bury. So they got this far. It's good sort of 18 mile to Bury. But yeah, this has to be it because we're just hanging a left there. What's it called, this one? Alley Cross it's called. To give it its proper title. Yeah, it has to be this. It's just there's just building bricks all over the place, isn't there? So yeah, so this is where they were captured. And for the record, Bury's right the way down that way. So they got a fair way. Right, let's get on to these other places and Owd Andrey's. Must have been quite a big place, this. That's a basement or something, but it runs from there all the way down there, roughly to where that sheep is. Big fair. You can see where Wendy is there, all the main track now. Oh, she's taking a picture of me. The main track here now, it's all grassed over. Used to be quite a major thoroughway, did this by all accounts. And I suppose it had to be, because there's loads of farms along here. As you can see, it's becoming a bit more track-like up here. But the road has been reclaimed. Just saying to Wendy, I think that's the old track down there, which is obviously impassable now. See, it runs right down there, it's all full of rushes and what have you. Okay, so this is another farm we've just come across. I think this is called Stone Holes. Great view of the valley, haven't we? Looking at that. Right guys, we've just come across another one now near the path, and that's remnants there, that little square of Close Bottom Farm. Right guys, we think this is Peak Farm. This one here. And this is the actual road between the two walls. Presumably been tarmacked at one point. That's got to join that. So let's go wrong again, but apologies for that guys. Some sort of mind this all in a minute. Yeah, so that's the main track. And this is remnants, it would seem, of Peak Farm. Quite a decent sized place this. Just ruins all over the place. So this is when it's just going on the main path, which as I say has been totally overgrown now. And we're on to the next building. Down there, we're not far off Owd Andrey's now, which is one of the main parts of the walk. See where I went campers approaching now. That's the main track. It's just impossible. It's now basically a river. So it goes down here onto the next structures down there. Anyway, we'll carry on down the track, and we're not far from Owd Andrey now, so let's crack on. Right guys, we've got to another couple of structures here which are fairly well intact at the front on the path, and then there's another one just up here. Now I can't find them listed on this map that we've got, that I've found. It's not a map really, it's just a picture of I took out of the Rosendale Way book. So this might be that peak that we said the other one was. So I might have to do a little bit more digging. I mean, they're clearly remnants of old farms, that's not to be questioned. I just like to have named them really. See, there's quite a bit left of this one. I don't know whether Chris and Vicky from Days of Horror have got any old maps possibly that could nail what these are actually called, but this one isn't particularly listed on the copy of this book map that I've got, but it's obviously a fairly sound structure, so it will be recognised somewhere. Just have a look round here. Oh, nearly fell down then. Yeah, definitely a farm, isn't it? Right guys, we're here. We're here at Owd Andrey's. I'll spin you around in a minute. So let's get a bit closer down this track. Now this Owd Andrey, he's probably the most famous character to actually live over Grane. This was his farm, and as I think I mentioned earlier, he's a bit of an eccentric and recluse. And it's dangerous as this, is they've fenced it off. So I'm going to risk my life, I think. I'll just get over the fence. So the story behind this geezer is, and I'll just pan you, this is his farm, which looked quite substantial really. And around here, what a great place though to live. I mean, as a recluse, he's couldn't find a better place, I guess, could he? But the story goes that Owd Andrey, he built a cart. I don't know where his lounge is, possibly that one. I'll go and have a look. But he built a cart, he was building a cart in his lounge, and for some inexplicable reason he didn't check the size. So he put wheels on and everything, and he couldn't get it out because it was too big to go through the doors or a window. So he took wheels off and just left it as a piece of furniture. So I don't know whether it's naive, stupidity, just being an eccentric, I don't know. But that's the story behind Owd Andrey, and it was, I think it was about 1844. Right, I've just been in and had a look around. I'll just take you with me. Just wondering whether there's any, could be any pictures anywhere of this place. So it looks as though that might have been entrance here. Gate posts there up. Maybe coal bunker there. This is a separate building altogether. Yeah, it's definitely an entrance, that, isn't it? There. Could say possibly a coal bunker or something. Going round to the main. Actually, no, that might have been an entrance. Well, it could have been either, couldn't it? There's one there. There's also one down that way. So obviously a road went through here, without question. I reckon this was his lounge here where he built the truck. Let's have a look in. So I'm inside his lounge, I reckon, here. If you look up there, that looks possibly like a chimney. Window here. In fact, I'll spin you around. window here. That's obviously a door. That's probably just caved in. It's big enough for a lounge, isn't it? So I reckon this is where he built his truck, his cart or whatever it were. Couldn't get it out. What a knobhead. He might have done it on purpose, you don't know, do you? If he were an eccentric, I think might be an element of stupidity's come in, but you just never know, do you? Look at it, it's really foggy. Sasquatch country, this, isn't it? In America, they go mad for Sasquatches, isn't it? Nobody's ever seen one yet, but loads of dead trees, winds and what have you. There's no to hold them up though. It's so wet on the ground, you just get a bit of rain and what have you, and wind, it just pushes them over. See here again, two old posts here. It's obviously a gateway of some description. But where the heck would it go? Obviously up there, but need to look at reference maps to see potentially what we're there. Suggest this is the continuation of the road, but knowing the path, it's really steep at the back end of here. So what you'd get or how you'd get up here back in day, I don't know. See, there's more gate posts there at middle of nowhere. One there, one just over there. So there must have been loads of tracks knocking around here, which are now overgrown. It's probably the main one there, just where that doesn't do away sign is there, just through trees, just going there to the left. So there's nothing left of it, but that's the site of Calf Hay Mill, just where all that green grass is. Right guys, I think I'm going to sign off there. I've just got a small little trek through with this final bit of woodland, and we're back at the car park and probably get a brew. Hope you enjoyed that one, only a short one, but trip to Owd Andrey's there. Very interesting loner. So just blew the cobwebs off after a few beers last night. So we'll catch you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it, and give us a like and a subscribe if you like the content. If you don't, well, don't. Simple as that, I suppose. Catch you on the next one. Cheers guys. We're here, arrived, brew time.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.